start today's show, want to get to know you guys a little bit better and maybe tell you a little bit more myself and continue to build the community here in the comments on YouTube. I don't get into as much as I like to, but I love reacting and seeing what you guys are replying back. So what city are you watching from? I'm assuming, just based on our analytics, half or so of our audience is from the state of Michigan. So let me know what city you're watching from. Hell, you might see one of your neighbors watching the show. I'm in Dallas, Texas. We moved here about almost 4 years ago now, exactly, almost to the month, and that's where I film every video from. So let me know what city you are watching from, and in the whole getting to know you, getting to know me better, it is the Michigan football mailbag, folks. So we did a mailbag, I think it was Monday, Tuesday, and so we're back here on a Saturday. We were just a few likes short of 500. I promised you yesterday we would get there, but I'm just assuming by the time we publish this video, the likes will continue on yesterday's one that had the 500 like promise. So got my butt up here on a Saturday. I'm in here with you guys answering your questions that didn't get to last week, a couple of days ago mailbag. All right, Christopher Smith at Christopher CSM4. He says, is Damani Jackson going to flip to Michigan to form our own version of the no-fly zone? Well, if you watched yesterday's recruiting show, I'll put that one down in the comments in the description of this video. So if you missed it, you have it there. Go back to prior ones. I think, yes, I said it was 50-50. We're going to find out a lot in the next month, right? If Michigan gets out of that Michigan State game, then a couple weeks after that plays Penn State. I think that's the stretch right there. If they can win those two road games, all the while USC, right? They've got is it Notre Dame today? Is that they have? Is it USC Notre Dame week? I think it is. Yeah, they're playing Notre Dame, so lost there probably, and then they're going to be 3-4. They might not even make a bowl game. His dad has said multiple times that program stability and program success were the main factors in his recruiting. Michigan has been his dad's favorite. It's clearly Damani Jackson's favorite. They got one of his best buds, Will Johnson. They formed a hell of a bond. So I think it's 50-50. I'm going to maybe just go on a limb here and say yes. I think Michigan gets 2 more 5 stars. I talked about one offensive lineman yesterday, and I think Damani Jackson will be the other one. Michigan, though, needs a lot of help, right? It's been a slow go of it with the highest rated recruits over the past couple months, and really in this class, right? Michigan came off a really tough season in 2020 that a lot of people, myself included, were very down on this program. So they've got the number 16, recruiting class in the country, and they could probably take 6 to 8 more players, depending on how much attrition you have, which there might not be from any of this current team right now, and if they want to get inside the top 10. But USC is in shambles. I think if Clay Helton was the coach there still, and they were 5-1, and they were doing pretty good, I would say no. It's probably a 5 or 10% chance that he commits there. But with the recruiting process moving up, with the early signing day being like the 3rd week of December, when a school fires their coach mid-season, or if a coach is on the hot seat and you don't know what's going to happen, like Jim Harbaugh last year, you don't have the opportunity to hire a new coach end of December, January, and then wait to keep going after players until February like you could have potentially in the past, or at least early January when they might enroll early. So I think Michigan has a really good chance then. I think they're going to, if all things being equal, if I had to put money on it, I would say they're going to get him. But what we want to do here today, starting right now, root for USC to lose. That is the biggest factor. You got to think about the factors. USC keeps losing. Ding! Point for Michigan. Michigan keeps winning. That's important because he's got Alabama to fall back on as the stability and the winning part that means so much to his family. And then hope that their current interim coach doesn't get retained by the new staff. Those are the 3 things that go down to it. If all those things happen, I think Michigan ends up landing him. But we don't do a ton of recruiting here, right? So I want to know how close you guys follow recruiting. Go down in the comments and rate it 1 to 10. How close do you follow recruiting, with 10 being the highest? You may get hit with a YouTube ad break here. So if you do, scroll down, make a comment, and come back up. We'll tell you how to win, how to get a free Michigan jersey from one of our partners here in just a moment. All right, next question coming in from G_Highway USMC. I'm guessing that's United States Marine Corps, so thank you for your service. Is this the hot dog question? If you were a hot dog, would you eat yourself? This was such a funny comment coming in from Twitter. I had to put it on the show, and I got to say yes, right? Who can resist a hot dog? Even a better question, this one is a hot dog a sandwich. If you want to answer that question down in the comments, get that hot dog as a sandwich stuff rolling. I would say I'd have to eat myself if you have the ability, right? I'm not going to eat human flesh. If I was a hot dog, I could not resist eating myself, probably eat myself to death. That would happen. So if maybe answer the question down there in the comments. Also answer this question. We're going to take a little poll, right? It is shock in the middle of football season. It's probably where you're living. Starting to get a little cooler, but you're out there on the grill on a Saturday and a Sunday. What is the best food off the grill? Let's not go high class with steaks or anything like that. Hot dog, hamburger, two staples of American culture. Give me a 1 in the comments for hot dog, a 2 in the comments for hamburger, and I'll make this point to you guys. Ketchup does not belong anywhere near a hot dog. I don't care what you say. Producer Brett's in my ear. He's like, James, are you on drugs? Are you drunk? No. Mustard, relish. He's walking off the set here. He's a ketchup guy. I'm a mustard guy only. And, I'll put some chili on it from time to time. I'll even put some onions. I'm not a relish guy, but no ketchup on a hot dog. That's my rule. So I'm actually going to go one of these ones off the grill itself. I go hot dog. If I'm going maybe to a restaurant, I might go burger. I'm going with hot dog, type 1 or type 2. All right, I mentioned it a second ago. A little tease. That's what we do in the biz. Keep you watching. BetUS rolling back out the the bye-week jersey deal. So I've talked a lot about sports gambling, right? Get used to it, folks, because anything you do in the sports space, any entertainment you have, you're going to watch games, you're going to listen to the radio, you're going to watch folks like us on YouTube podcasts. Sports gambling is here to stay, and it actually makes the job a little more fun. We were out at the bar, a little team meetup on Thursday, and kind of a bad Thursday night football game. How did some of us keep entertained? Shooting a little pop a shot, putting a little cash on the halftime line. So get going with our partner, BetUS. Chatsports.com/GoBlue is the website. You got to use that website so they can make sure that, okay, they came from these guys. All right, we'll send them the information. Then get going. 125% deposit bonus, and you can get a free jersey from us. We're going to send it to you. So once you get going with them, chatsports.com/GoBlue, promo code GoBlue. Sign up, and you have to deposit at least $100. You get a 125% deposit bonus, which means you have $100 plus $125 extra waiting there for you to bet. And then email us right there, jersey@chatsports.com. Don't go looking for it from BetUS, jersey@chatsports.com, and we here at the studio will go ahead and send you off a jersey from one of our merchandise partners, the Jordan brand, the good stuff, jersey@chatsports.com. Make sure you email us once you get going with BetUS. Question coming in from Meatman81, BDT Meatman. These are some funny handles today that we'll get going in. Got a guy asking about a hot dog, then Meatman. I mean, he either sells meat or maybe he beats it. I don't know. With such a powerful run offense this season, why would you name yourself Meat Man unless you sold meat, right? If it doesn't sell meat, Man, you got to tell me what's going on. Let me know down in the comments. Let me know on Twitter. Why don't we run more mid-range play? We're going to have an outtakes of this show, play action and running stretch plays to the edges. It's a great question because it does seem over the last 3 weeks, Michigan's, which has happened with Josh Gattis several times over the past few years, their ability to be creative in the running game, or even sometimes in the play calling, has really been drawn back. Ever since about a halftime of Rutgers, they had some good plays against Wisconsin, but against Nebraska, they really didn't. There weren't a ton of super creative plays until they absolutely needed it there towards the end. But I was happy to see a 2-minute drive to win a game. That's something we haven't seen in Michigan in a long time. But let's take a look at the rushing stats. Talk about more of this as these are on screen. You've got two running backs who you've got to give Josh Gattis, Sharon Moore, and Mike Hart some credit for. Now, Michigan's running the ball at the highest percentage of almost, I think, any team in Power 5 and top 5 or 6 in all of college football. But you have a chance to do something special here. If those numbers continue, which they won't, but you've got a 13th game that Michigan will go to at least, right, with a bowl game, you'll have 2,000-yard backs, and you might have two guys who are well above 1,000. You put that into one player, you think about, hey, what if we just give one of these guys 25 or 30 carries? That could happen in the future. Michigan State's doing it right now. I'm happy with what I've seen out of the running game. So even though it's not as creative as we'd like to, as long as you're getting 200 yards a game, the next 6 games, right, you're going to win all of them. Right? I can guarantee you that. So good to see Michigan get back in the 200 range against Nebraska after really struggling against Rutgers and against Wisconsin. They even really break they get 112 both games, what it was. So I asked this question, a little nostalgia here on the show. Who is the best Michigan running back of all time? You might be thinking, guy back in the 60s, 70s. Some of you old timers, I've seen the analytics. We've got people in their 80s, 90s watching the show. You might have somebody back when Gerald Ford was on the team. But for me, I'm going to say Tyrone Wheatley, even though that's maybe not the answer a lot of you will go for. I thought he was the biggest game changer, but I got to show some love to, obviously, Anthony Thomas, Chris Perry, Mike Hart. Those are the guys I watched kind of coming up through high school into my young adult days. So I really like watching those guys. But the best guy, total talent, brought the most to the table. I'm going to go with Tyrone Wheatley. Let me know down in the comments who's your Michigan best running back. Question coming in from Shy Dog 66. Thanks for the comment. Should Michigan State be ranked ahead of us? Also, are we ranked too high? I have expectations set correctly this year after last year. I think everybody has their expectations set correctly. Now, it'll be interesting to see the reaction from myself, from you guys, from the internet, from the media, whoever, if Michigan loses 3 games out of down the stretch out of the last 6. And I do think no matter what happens to Ohio State, Michigan just cannot lose their bowl game this year because they have not won a bowl game since the 2015 season, lost 4 straight, and then didn't even make a bowl game in year 6. So I think that's a vital one. But no, I don't think Michigan State should be ranked higher than Michigan. They struggled with Nebraska at home. Their out-of-conference win, Miami, doesn't look as good now as it did, but it doesn't really matter. It'll all be decided in 2 weeks. Whoever wins that game will be ranked number 6 in the country, probably come out of the game. So we'll see what happens then. It doesn't really matter now, but it'll all be decided on October 30th. Will Michigan finish this season inside the top 10? Let's just call it the regular season, right? After the Ohio State game, after the conference championship games, because it's too unpredictable to say what will happen in the bowl game. I'm going to say yes, right? I think that you're looking at max 2 losses on this regular season from what I've seen so far. So I'm going to say yes. Let me know in the comments. Give me a Y, give me an N. And if you give me a Y, let me know where you think they'll end up, what the record will be. N, tell me why not. What games do they lose? Robert Gray, 95 coming in. How much faith, if any, do you have in Michigan's current punt returner? It's a popular question this week, really maybe the last couple weeks, because AJ Henning is not supposed to be your punt returner, right? That was supposed to be Ronnie Bell this year. And even after Bell got hurt, Henning didn't come in, right? It was, I can't remember the kid's name, legacy recruit. You guys know who I'm talking about. Caden, I'm forgetting his name at the moment, but he was not even the guy who came in at that. They had to bring in a walk-on for a couple weeks to be the punt returner. So Henning scares me. And this is not a Steve Breston scares me like, oh, he's going to take it all the way every time or anything like that. He scares me in a bad way. Every time Michigan gets the ball punted to him and there's defenders coming in, I think he's going to fumble the ball. And even the time he does catch it, I think he's going to struggle to, make a bad decision, end up, running 5 yards the wrong way or get the ball stripped from him or field a ball inside the 5, something like that. So he does scare me. So I don't have a ton of faith in him. I do like when they get the ball to him in, end of rounds and stuff like that. But not as a punt returner. I think Michigan maybe has better options, but he is probably the most dangerous guy on this roster right now with the ball in his hands in open field. My problem is he might fumble, he might make a bad decision, so hopefully he proves me wrong. Make sure you guys go bottom of the screen, chatsports.com/GoBlue, promo code GoBlue, and then make a deposit, get back to us, jersey at chatsports.com. We'll send you a Michigan football Jordan brand jersey. Coming back on Sunday, have a video for you tomorrow. Will be some Michigan football news and rumors. Until then, go Blue.